I gotta say, I'm not making this video out of any kind of dark sense of like crowing over the misfortunes of others or something, because it genuinely hurts my heart. Because I've worked with a lot of Gen Z people. I worked at here in Mayport at a seafood restaurant, and I was a line cook, and all of the servers and Expo and all of them were all Gen Z kids, and they were some of the coolest people. But just seemingly, like, with the cost of living, with the dating market, with all the mixed information from immature adults, the failure of us millennials and Gen X and the boomers to really give them a rite of passage, many, a whole plethora, a whole kaleidoscope of things that were failures, systematic failures to their generation. And it still hurts me, like, when I think about it every day, because I saw some of these people that they were just doing the best they could, and it was like, I don't know, I can't put it into words how much it hurts my heart to think about. But this situation with this young man, Mr. Braden, is something that is really a forewarning. The forewarning is this: if you start down the road of one thing, this applies to addiction as well as cosmetic surgery, and I can say about the addiction part from my own life experience. And don't say that marijuana is a gateway drug. Alcohol is a gateway drug, people. It will, you should start drinking. It lowers your inhibition. You're at a party, and then someone says, try this, or snort this, or do this. And that is the thing with addiction and also cosmetic surgery is, if you open a door to something, then who's to stop the snowball or the boulder from continuing down the mountain? It will not stop. Because if you say, well, if I can control this, I can control this. Well, if I can hammer my face, then I can fix my nose. And then what about my hairline? Oh, what about my shoulders? Oh, I don't like the way this looks. And then you get body dysmorphia. This happened to Zac Efron, and who was, my generation. This happens to people who are already good-looking people. God doesn't make mistakes. So it's like, you're just fine. Leave yourself alone. Now, when it comes to something you can control that is just natural, okay, exercising, eating right, taking proper nutrition, you're not going to stare into the sun for an hour and blind yourself. Like, natural things that you can control. But once you open the door, like I said about addiction and cosmetic surgery, very similar in this regard. Once your brain says, well, if I can do this, then I can do that, and I can do that, and I can do that. Now, I'm not like a moral absolutist. I'm not saying like you can't ever go to a vape shop and buy a nicotine vape. I mean, if you want to do that, whatever. I still think those things are gross, and it's like sucking on a robot's D. But you got to be so cautious. And, if you look at what happened to Aaron Carter, just look up Aaron Carter. What happens to people who get fame very quickly, and then once they're not only their physical time in the sunlight, but also their fame's time, they will grasp at straws to try to stay in that light. And you will get someone who will systematically destroy themselves for the maintenance of their fame, because that is some dopamine hit that they become to rely on. This is why, if you're not famous, frankly speaking, you should be really grateful. I'm sorry to say it, you should be grateful. The fact that you can go to the grocery store, go to your local, diner with a friend at 2:00 in the morning and have a chat, and people aren't like harassing you, snapping photos, stalking you, paparazzi, blocking your car in. You should be grateful. And even if you wanted to be some kind of famous commentator or something, like, I have a political science degree. Look at what happened to Charlie Kirk. You can actually get famous to the point where your life is in danger at all times. So I really believe in life, like, say you have 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Like, there's actually a happy medium in life where you can maintain, like, what you're doing, but also not take it overboard. Balance is key. And